So things have been boiling over. I was about to say bubbling over. No, baby, it's been boiling for several years in my heart and my soul. Questions. Like I said before, I grew up in church mouse, ministry, young minister's wife, all that stuff. Faithful, teaching, working with youth, and all that kind of stuff. But there were things that after a while, they just didn't sit right with me. And after a while, I noticed that a lot of responsibility was being placed on women for the breakdown of their marriages or their husbands not being faithful, or, it was just, I started to notice how one-sided most of the teaching was that I was hearing. And then after I got divorced, I got to a church that didn't do that like that, especially not on that level. But across the board in general, for the most part, anytime singles get together, the focus pretty much gets directed toward the single women and not the single men. And I began to see this happen more and more and more in church, where because of what was being said to women, it began to create like a desperation, like, where's my husband? When am I going to get married? When am I going to get married? And it fed into that. It fed into the insecurities of women. I had a friend who said before she got in church, she didn't have any problem talking to a guy. She was a great big old girl too. And she said, I would just, if I saw somebody I wanted to talk to, or if I was interested in, I would just ask, hey, you like big girls? And if he did, we could move on. And if he didn't, I would just move on. But she said, once I got in church, it was so much being said about what we should and shouldn't be doing. And she's like, I done forgot how to talk to a man. So I watch these things happen. I don't know how old I look to y'all, but I just turned 60 this past December. So I've seen this over several years. So I'm saying this because I've been doing some videos, and somebody did make the comment to me that, who's she mad at? And it's just like, I'm not mad at anybody, but this is what's been boiling over. This is what's been bubbling up in me. And this is why I had to start writing the books that I've written. I've written 2 already that I've completed, and I'm rounding up a 3rd one, because God had to let me know whatever is missing in this message to women and men that you feel like needs to be filled with some different information. Maybe it's your job to say it. Maybe it's your job to ask the questions. Maybe it's your job to write the book that you've never read. And so that's where I'm coming from. I am up to here with YouTube gurus, and I'm not saying that nobody talks to men about how to be good men and how to be good. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is that the vast majority of these relationship people, gurus, relationship coaches, all this stuff, the vast majority that I have seen, if you got more, that's cool. I hope I start seeing more. But I have seen the majority of them make their living off talking to women about what they need to do, what they should have been done, what you shouldn't have done, and you let it happen, and you opened yourself up to it. And it's almost comes down to where just almost saying you asked for it, you deserved it, or you put yourself in a position and all this kind of stuff. And everything has been 98% directed toward women and what we need to do. You want to be arm candy, but can you be soul food? Just stupid stuff. It's stupid to me, stupid. You want a husband, but you don't go in the kitchen. What about the woman who is married to a chef? What about the woman who's asking God for a man who cooks? Because if he have to depend on me cooking every day, we might eat, we might not. You know what I'm saying? Lord, give me a husband. Send me somebody who likes to cook. What about the woman who is married to a chef and he cooks all day for a living, and then he comes home and he takes pleasure in cooking it for his wife and watching her eat his food and laying the table out for his family. There are men like that. Their wife can't go in the kitchen. He don't even let her clean up after him when he cooks. So we have been reduced. I've watched women be reduced to cooking and cleaning when that's and then they master it, and then they still don't get married. I've watched women be told, you got to get this done, get that, and by all means do all of that, but don't do it to get a husband, because women are doing it every day and men are not showing up. So wonder why. I wonder if it's because so much is being said to us about how to get one of them, but how much in comparison is being said to them about how to come into the life of a woman and be the man that she desires. So I am very passionate, and maybe in a sense I am pissed off, because it screwed me up and it screwed up a lot of people. And I'm 60, but the other day somebody in their 30s said that she felt the same way I did. I used to think it was a sin to date. She felt the same way. So it's not because I'm 60, it's because even in my age group, and then her age group 30 years behind me, there was a message being sent that convinced us that it was a sin to date. So you will see me say some things. You will see me put videos up. You will see me ask questions. You will see me ask questions that I wish other people would ask. And you will see me maybe look like I'm pissed off. And you may think I'm bitter. You may think whatever. You may think I'm lonely and miserable. Whatever. Think whatever you want. But how I'm healing from what I received that damaged me is to put into the atmosphere what has been missing. I know that what I'm doing is not for everybody. The majority of people may not even watch this video to the end. That's okay. I pray that everyone who has been hurting, who has been hurt like I was hurt, who has been bouncing off the walls trying to figure out how to get the man they want, because everybody's got advice for women. I hope that each one of you will eventually find me and find some help. I hope you find me and feel seen. I hope you find me and feel validated. I hope you find me and begin to heal. And I hope you find me and realize it's not just me. I'm not crazy. You're not crazy. You're not crazy. You've been bullied. You've been shut down. You've been sat down. You've been shut up. You've been ganged up on. You've been blamed. You've been accused. You've been a lot of things, but you ain't been crazy. So I'm here for you. I want to say what I still need to hear said. I wrote books that said what needed to be said, and I wrote it for myself and for the women who need it. And if you don't need it, that's fine. I'm glad you don't need it, because that means you didn't hurt like I hurt, like we hurt, but you've been hurting. So you write your own book about that. I don't know, but that's all I wanted to say. It's almost like I feel the need to introduce myself to you for stuff. And this is the longest video I've done, I think, on here. But I could tell a few stories, kind of like the Risa Tisa ones, but a lot of us can tell stories like that. But a lot of us have been shamed into not saying it. So how do you heal? I just wanna be a place that pops up in your For You feed, and if you watch them all the way through, you'll get some healing. You'll be able to take a sigh of relief. You'll be able to say it's not just me. And you may be 30 years younger than me. And you may be 40 years younger than me. And you may be 10 years younger than me. You may be 10 years older than me. But if you need what I have, I speak into the atmosphere and I pray on this camera right now as I record the last few seconds. Lord, send every woman who needs to hear what I have to say, and give me wisdom in saying it, and heal us completely. Because we still want to be married, but we want to be happily single too. And part of doing that is to get the weight of responsibility off of us that we've allowed people. I won't even say we've allowed people we were submitted to, people that we were in submission to, people we looked up to, people we respected, placed a weight of responsibility on us for the failure of our relationships. And that wasn't right. But we still got to heal from it. So I look forward to y'all coming across my videos. And I pray that whatever you need from me, God sends you to me to hear it and to see it and to receive it and to heal.